Hello everyone, I'm Lacey, back with another book review, and today I'm going to be reviewing my favorite book of 2020, Dark Orbit by Caroline Gilman. This book is a science fiction book that I got in a Loot Crate subscription type thing. It's called Just Books Box, and I recommend it so far, but Dark Orbit is set in a world where the speed of light travel is possible. You lay down on a bed, you get scanned, and your particles get sent 58 light years that direction, or 10 light years that direction. Doesn't really matter, just wherever you want to go, it'll take you. But while you're traveling, it may take you a second to get from point A to point B. Sadly, for your family, it's more like 5, 10, 50 years. Yeah. In this society, the poor have to constantly do these jobs, so they don't have a stream of consciousness that's you're born here, you die here. They jump this way, every which way, while their family jumps around this way. So you may get to know your kids for like 5 years of their life, and then they're gone. And it's kind of sucky way to live. The rich, they are born here, they die here. Well, our protagonist, Sarah, the book starts out where she's coming back from one of these explorations. When she gets back, she gets picked up by one of her old college mentors, her old college professors, and her professor says, "Hey, I got a job for you. Think you might like it. It involves jumping 50 years in that direction and getting to explore a planet that nobody's seen before." And Sarah, the character, says, "Oh yeah, sure, I'd love to do that. Sounds great. But, something feels off. What's like the real reason you're hiring me?" The mentor says, "Yeah, there is another reason." So the mentor, he's part of like the ruling elite. He's super rich and super connected. He's got a cousin who has the same status and same wealth in society. She went on a mission. We're told that she developed schizophrenia and ended up getting a bunch of people to worship her, founding a new religion, and then starting a war. Not the best thing to do. And because she's so high stature, they can't just banish her, they can't just put her in jail because that looks bad. So she's being sent to go on this expedition. And that's it. The character gets to go, Sarah gets to go and babysit her, basically. The character's like, there's more going on here. I know there's got to be more going on here, but I go explore a new planet, I watch some people do some things, and I make sure this girl takes her vitamins every day. Pretty easy. And then everything unfolds from there. So, here's what I liked about the book. The characters. Oh goodness. I'm going to read you an excerpt from the book that accurately sums up why I love Sarah so much and why I love the writings of Caroline Gilman. The context of this is that Sarah has just woken up on the space station 50 light years away, and she's walked into the mess hall where everyone else has come. She was the last one to get downloaded. And she sees a friend from across the room, and he comes running up to her. "So, you're alive, heathen," he roared like heavy machinery. The Warwashana, that's a religion, believed all races but themselves were on a swift path to eternal damnation, but Thule didn't hold it against anyone. "I think you're older than me now," Sarah said with some surprise. He had been barely out of graduate school when she had known him before, only 7 years ago in her life. "You travel too much," he said. "It keeps me young. It gets you in trouble." So he must have heard about the Adaman debacle. He tried to put a devil-may-care face on. Well, I'm temporarily out of trouble now and ready for more if you are. He bellowed. Laughter, though not immediately recognizable as such. You forget, I am trouble. That was the point in the book that I knew I was hooked, but I fell in love with it at that line, and that was at about page 30. The other thing I really liked about this book, and maybe it's my research side, but for some reason, hearing the description of modalism and putting such vastly different theories of scientists together, it just sounds like the funniest thing ever to me. Like, if you have somebody that their whole worldview is, I see this, I test this, I do this, I test it, I think, and then I test it, and therefore I know it's true. You put that person in the same room as somebody who says, I feel this is true. Something inside me resonates that this is true. You put those two in a room together, I would watch the mess out of a TV show like that. But that's just me. This book is for you if you like a mix of space exploration and ethics and social commentary all wrapped into one. If you like Star Trek, the original Star Trek with social commentary, you will love this book because it's in the exact same vein. Like, Gilman could have been writing on the Star Trek team, and I just don't know it. About 2/3 of the way through the book, Sarah hits this point where she has to battle inside between, I found this amazing discovery, it can cure this problem of time travel. Not time travel. I found this amazing problem, and it can cure this problem of going to sleep, getting beamed across space, waking up, and your whole family's dead. You know, it can solve this problem. But if they do that, if they take this new thing and use it, the people who own it are going to get wrecked, and they're going to get steamed over by society, and it's just going to be awful because they need to be a protected people group. These people that invented or discovered this new way of traveling. They're like those few pockets of culture that live deep in the rainforest or live on this island and nobody's touched. We just leave them alone. We let them do their thing. The people who know how to do this traveling technique are like them. They are the space equivalent of those people that we have in the real, I'm about to say real world, but like in our society. So that being said, who would this book not be for? And there are people that this book would not be for. Like, I enjoyed it, I loved it, but, you know, art is subjective, and literature is very much an art. So, if you are devoutly spiritual, this book might strike you the wrong way. Now, you can read this book and think that it's all in her head, that she has this alternate personality, which is not necessarily schizophrenia, that's something else, but I'm not going to spend this video differentiating between those two diagnoses. Well, she doesn't believe it's schizophrenia. She believes that when she was on the mission, she saw this idol and she became possessed with the spirit of the idol. And that this goddess that everyone worships, not everyone, all the women on this planet worship, is using her as a semi-consensual puppet. If you're devoutly spiritual, that's going to set wrong with you. The other thing that would keep some people from reading this book is, on that same planet is the only gore we see in this book. One of the characters has an amulet or a rune in their forehead, and it is bolted into their forehead. They become captured by some not nice people, and they pry the Yeah, they take it off their head. And they're not very gentle about it. And blood results, and it becomes infected. And Gilman spends about a page describing the infection and how the character feels as a result of the infection. And just skip that page and you'll be fine. But for some people, that's a turnoff. Additionally, in the same section of the book, there is a character that comes in and says, I've been ordered to have unconsensual sex with you. And he uses a different word, but they never do. It comes to nothing. The character pretty much just whips off her shirt and says, nope, you're not doing that. You can't shame me like that. And the guy is like so taken aback that he changes his mind. But that's like, in terms of adult themes, that's pretty much it. In this book, that's super graphic. So, that being said, I definitely still recommend this book because it's one of the most refreshing science fiction books I've read in a while. With those two little caveats, I would say if you are over the age of 18 and you love space exploration and you love the social commentary in the same vein as Star Trek, you will love this book, and I highly recommend it. Again, that is Dark Orbit by Caroline Gilman. And when you read it, be sure to give her a good review on Amazon because authors love that. Right. Thank you for tuning in today, and I will see you all next time when I review a surprise book. Bye!